What up, peeps? We're back with another episode of Daddy Issues. I'm your host, Tony Baker.
Keon, Polee, what up, y'all?
We are still dads out here, and we got Doc Brown back.
Doc Brown's in the building.
How y'all doing today?
Good, man. Thanks for coming back, man.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate
it's the
it.
sequel right here.
For sure.
How y'all been?
Good, man.
Good. Hanging in there. It's
hanging tough.
It's different. This is different.
Taking it one day at a time.
Yep. Trying. Ran through all the Netflix and on the Hulu now. So we'll see.
I haven't got close to finishing all my shows yet.
What's a good one?
Because I got so much. I was catching up on so much stuff already, and then between social media and the boys, like I'm still behind.
Oh, that's a good one.
So, but I just caught all the way up on Better Call Saul. I just caught all the way up on The Blacklist.
Oh, yeah.
Insecure. And finally finished Altered Carbon. What else was I on? I was on so many shows. I'm on an assortment of shows. If I was a junkie, I'd be on everything. I'm on everything.
I haven't really been watching shows. I just watch like movies and like random videos on YouTube about movies. What the hell have I been watching? Yeah, I've just been watching like old and new movies.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I watched a Jordan documentary. You know?
Oh yeah, I definitely finished that.
They called it the Bulls documentary, but it wasn't. It was pretty much about Jordan, which I was a little disappointed in.
Yeah, do y'all think it was 100%, or do you think he left out a lot? Because I think he left out a lot, personally.
What do you think he left out?
His involvement with a lot of things, like, you know, like I was just in the corner. Everybody else did all those bad things. They were all drinking and doing all that. I was resting and then going to the game every day.
I actually believe him on that stuff because, like, certain people like him and Kobe, like everybody said, they were just so focused on basketball, they didn't do nothing else. Like, it's just what they wanted to do. Like, even later, older Kobe, when he started being, like, more of a people person and whatever, they said, you know, he'll go out and drink with you, be knocking on your door at 5 a.m. Like, let's go. We got to go to work. And it's like, sheesh, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was dope, but I didn't like how it was just, like, I wanted to see the Bulls. I wanted to see the different eras of the Bulls, and, you know, it was 90% Jordan.
Was it supposed to be about the Bulls?
Yeah, it was supposed to be about that final season because Jerry Krause was breaking up the team. So they filmed the entire season because they knew this was it. This is the end of the reign. And it was supposed to be that final season, really, and then the Bulls. But, of course, they made it about Jordan, which I knew they were going to do because they have to. Because that's what the media does. The media has been pushing this Jordan thing since he got in the league.
That's true.
So it's just like, I knew what it was going to be. But, like, they tricked me because the first episode or two was like Scottie Pippen. I was like, oh, we get to get into Scottie for one. Dennis Rodman. I was like, yeah, let's dive into this. And it was like, but back to Jordan. Jordan's the only one that we care about.
Well, he did get final cut. So, I mean, they probably did have more stuff, but it's like,
of course he did.
Bring it back. Bring it back to me. Come on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Like, it was good. Yeah, it was good. It did what it's supposed to do. Now people are back to, you know, the GOAT talks, and, you know, newer kids are on, you know, Space Jam back. They wanted everybody to be Dick Wright and Jordan again. And that's pretty much what's happening. And then you got the barbershop debates, Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, the same crap. They did what they wanted it to do.
I feel like those debates never stopped, though.
They stopped for a hot second after Kobe died. Everybody's like, I'm just going to appreciate appreciate greatness. I'm going to stop comparing these players. Why? And then, nope, that was over.
That's true. That's been the only time in my life since LeBron came into the league that they stopped talking about Jordan versus LeBron was, right after Kobe's death. But like you said, right back on schedule.
But it was always, before that, it was always Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, Jordan. That ain't never So I
It's
don't
like-
think that was the agenda to get people talking about Jordan again, because he's always been in the conversation and a measuring stick for greatness. But now it's like, oh, that happened. Okay. Because a lot of people don't know anything about, the Bulls
Exactly. That's what
era
I'm
and
saying. It
went
was
on.
for the kids. Like, here's why you're buying these shoes. And this is why, it was just, I really wanted, as a basketball fan, I wanted to see the Bulls personally. Because I just know hoops. I know, I know enough about it. We've seen, and I wanted to see everybody, the whole team, what made them tick, Phil, how you got it, all that. Like, and especially Pippen. Pippen never gets enough love.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pippen.
I would have took a whole episode about Pippen. I would have been perfectly okay with that.
I didn't know his contract was that disrespectful.
Me
I
neither.
didn't know, like, Jesus.
The disrespect. Yo, man. All that contract. Because Pippen was always my favorite Bull. And, I would have liked to have seen that too. And I was just like, man, I had no clue. Honestly, like his personality and stuff doesn't seem that intriguing. He's just a nice, soft-spoken guy. So it'd be like, all right, he's kind of boring. But, man, I didn't know he was getting played like that, man. I was like, wow.
Terrible.
The NBA.
Terrible. Yeah.
He got his money up after that, though.
Hell yeah, he did with Portland.
Like,
Like I would even like to see more on Jerry Krause. Like what? Like his interview. Like what the hell are you doing, bro? Like I really wanted to get into his brain. Like you're an idiot. Why are you doing this?
Mad ego.
He was
trip.
trash.
Yeah.
And then they never
Ego Trip
like,
City.
It was so much ego because he was little and all that. But I was like, well, what's going on?
I would like to get his input if he was still alive. I'd like to get his input and see, like, what was up, man? But that's the only flex he had. Like,
Yeah.
the greatest players in the world, arguably the best coach. I'm going to flex my little muscle and do what I can to bust up the thing. Because I can't do nothing else on the physical tip.
Yep.
Might as well bust up this team, you know what I mean? So,
And they ain't
Still
been
in the
nothing
building.
since. Yeah.
Since 1999.
It's like, what we doing, man? I saw that Malone and Brian Russell declined to be interviewed. And I was like, I get it. How many times has Russell answered, did Jordan push off or not? Like, what do I need to answer these questions for? I said yes. He says no. Why do I need to be in this? I get it. And Malone not dick riding Jordan, I get it. Malone was like, hey, man, I was bad too. Like, we lost to the Bulls. We didn't lose to Jordan. I felt, even though I don't like Karl Malone, I felt his frustration in talking about it. Like, all y'all do is talk about Jordan. They had a good team. They had a very good team. And y'all just act like no one else was there. Like, Jordan played all 5 positions, or 4, and Scottie played 1. And it's no.
But Carl was kind of riding too, because after the losses in the dock, he was on the team bus, dapping them off. He was.
Well, that's just you got us.
Sportsmanship.
Yeah, you got
I'll
us.
do it on the court after the game. I don't know. I'd have to go. Shout out a few
But
cuss words.
I saw the interview he did, and they was asking him about Jordan. He was like, "What? No, like I don't." And he was like, and if you watch that documentary, he dropping like 37, 30. He was killing too. He's like, I'm not finna just talk about this dude all the time. Even Barkley had said, I'll never say, I don't know if it was recent or back then, but Chuck was like, I'm not gonna sit up here and say this man's better than me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna do that. Like even in the doc, he said, I didn't think nobody was better than me. In that series, I felt like he was the best player in the world. But at the time, everybody they just want you to be like, say Jordan's the best. No, I'm a competitor. I'm not going to do that. Like, it just annoys me how much the media, and now they do it with LeBron too. And it's like, people got mad because Paul Pierce didn't put LeBron in his top 5. So what? You don't have to. You don't have to. Even though Paul Pierce is probably being petty because he's been doing that the whole time.
That's the whole thing where athletes lose credibility because they got petty reasons not to put somebody somewhere. I ain't like how he looked at me. He not in my top 10. You be like, come on, man. I didn't like his attitude. He hollered at my girl. He in the top 100 for me. Jordan is number 99. Yes, 99 players better than him. Be like, all right, man. They be having their own. own little petty. And I liked seeing how petty Jordan was. So the coach didn't speak to me. All right, okay. Yeah, so I put numbers up that game. I was like, I had no clue.
He just tried to find a reason, man. Every time he was gonna do that regardless, you know.
I think that's good, man. For your competitive edge, find a reason. Find a reason.
I wasn't mad at it either, but don't say it's because you know, he shook my hand the wrong way, so I had to put 60 on him. Like,
he just had to make something up. I mean, but all athletes do that. Like Jordan just was extreme.
Yeah.
But all athletes do that. Like if you can't, you find something. You find a reason. I remember I was having a bad game, and I just couldn't. I was having a terrible game, and so the dude that was guarding me, he didn't even do anything. I think he like bumped me. And then I was like, "Oh, you got that's all I needed." And then I just started lighting his ass up. But I needed something. I just needed because I was off that game, and he bumped me like on some accidental. He was like, "Oh, my bad." I was like, "Oh, no, it wasn't. You did that on purpose." And then I just started talking shit to him. Like he was like, "I didn't even say anything."
You needed that narrative, man.
You gotta do something. Jordan was just a psycho.
Everybody got the narrative. It's funny, like you get the narrative after the game. Because if you lose, you got 2 points. You don't have no narrative. If you got 60 points, I did this for my granddad, you know what I'm saying? He was 60, so I got 60 points. But had the game when I had 5 points, it'd been nothing. It'd be like, oh, I lost my granddad. So I wasn't focused that game.
Well, some people do go out there, and if they're good enough, I think the people who are good enough can actually go do it. Like when Chris Paul scored 62 when his grandpa died at 62. Like he went out there with a motive to score 60. He said that before the game. It was documented. He missed the free throw on purpose.
No, that was the end of the game. I'm talking about before that. Did he say I'm gonna get a point for every year?
I don't think anybody can go and say that because then it's like you got to keep that to yourself. Because then the pressure to go out and do it is like weird.
But that's what I mean. You can't. You can only do it after the game or like during the game.
But I'm saying like you can have the mental in your head that you're going to do it, but you can't say it out loud because one, people might be like, you might start forcing shots. People, it'll change the actual game. If you just keep it to yourself, then you can control more.
Yeah. I remember Brett Favre did that when his dad died, and he had like the game of his life.
Yeah,
through all those touchdowns.
Against
but
the
what
Raiders.
I'm saying is, how many athletes said that in their mind? I'm going to get one for every year. And then they don't. And so they can't say, I did this for this.
Well, that happened it happened in Brian's song. Remember they dedicated to Gail Sayers damn, I can't get it out. Dedicated the game.
Get Tahir on this morning.
Yeah, it's Tahir. They dedicated the game to him and then lost. And then in the movie, he was like, you can't dedicate a game to me and then lose the game. You bastard. Damn, dedicated just beat the hell out of me. God, why was that so difficult?
Pressure.
Pressure be real, man.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
What's going on in the streets, man?
Well, it is May 21st right now, and we were supposed to get out of stay at home last Friday. We didn't. A lot of the country did, but we seem to have an extended stay at home order in Los Angeles that is going to last until God only knows when. I wanted to know how you two were coping with this, and if Dr. Donald, you had seen anything at your job that has to do with this extended isolation.
I'm still confused.
What's the date they got us at right now?
Wait, go on.
Go ahead, man. Sorry.
They're not giving us a real definitive date. We have to pass these sort of 4 or 5 phases. I think we just passed phase 2, and we're waiting for phase 3 to open up. I think nail salons and things like that. Then there's a phase 4, and then phase 5 is when we finally get to go back to concerts and things like that.
Because people were saying 3 months, but I was like, I think it's 3 months from when they first started, not another 3 months. Yeah. Like people are freaking out, but I was like, we started in March?
March 15th, around that day?
Yeah, and then they said April, May, and then they said June something. So that's 3 months. So people are like, they added another 3. I'm like, no, I think it's just 3 from the start date. So because of these phases, like everything's on pace from what they said, from my understanding. And I could be wrong, but I don't think it's an additional 3 because additional 3 puts us, in the fall, and no one said anything about that.
No, I heard maybe around 4th of July. But
so that's 3 months. So I think people read 3 months and no one reads articles, first of all. No one reads them. They see that clickbait and just start going off. And it's like, did you actually get in there and read it? And people start losing their mind.
We started in March.
Mm-hmm.
So July, that'll be 4 months.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like they don't even have an answer when we come out.
Because we started late March.
About the 19th, I think it was.
I think it was mid-March.
Yeah.
Mid to late, yeah.
So
But
April
like
is 1 month, May, June. So June 19th would be 3 months. So if we doing July,
they 3 months is some change.
And that might just be July for everything going back to normal.
Yeah.
So I think it might be fully open, like when Keon said, maybe June, but like sort of new business as usual starting July.
Does that include concerts? Because I heard we might not go back to concerts for the whole year.
I'm hearing mixed messages with that. I heard they're going to try to do like some sporting events maybe in July, but concerts might be, I haven't heard anything about concerts.
It's the same shit. I don't know why they wouldn't do one without the other.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Yeah.
Are you seeing people able to cope with this?
I don't know. I've been back to normal. I went to my mother-in-law's house last weekend in San Francisco.
I just been chilling at the house. I've been like, some people be wanting to do stuff. I'll be like, nah, I'll chill at the house. I can wait for the hangouts and stuff. So I've just been chilling.
Yeah, same here. My wife and I been hanging out mostly in the house. We did we have a roof, so we go to the roof occasionally. We've done a couple walks here and there, driven around, trying to see the waves, the bioluminescent waves that have been out here in California.
Wait, are they still going?
We didn't see them. So our friends saw them the day before, and we got there and we were salty, so we didn't see them that day. And that was like sometime last week. So I haven't seen or heard anyone who's seen them since then. But as far as work, they've actually, I work for the state hospital, so inpatient. So 4 days a week I do that, and 1 day a week I work in local jails doing my forensic practice. So as far as my full-time job, 2 days I do telework. So I work at home from my laptop, and if they have orders, if anything is needed, I just call, and including team meetings and everything. And then 2 days I go in and then do my normal job. And then as far as my other job, 1 day a week, which is today, I still go into the jails. I wear my PPE, and I still do evaluate clients, but just certain parts of the jails, because unfortunately, a lot of the jails do have are under quarantine certain units for people who are possibly COVID positive. So I try to avoid those units, but the other ones I do go into, and it's only because of lack of sufficient PPE that I do that. Mm-hmm. So it has kind of affected my work, but not too much.
Okay. Do you know there's a weird black market for exercise going on now because they closed all the gyms and are keeping them closed?
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. There's this guy, because Tony at the office has a workout bench. So if you guys want to work out, it's on the office right now. But to pick up the equipment, we go to this one guy, and he says that him and his cousins are buying everything off Dick's Sporting Goods first thing in the morning.
Wow.
Like at 4 a.m, and then they sell them on Craigslist twice the price. That's why you can't get any workout equipment in LA.
Yeah, nothing's available.
Wow.
Because I was wondering, because my wife's birthday is tomorrow, and I bought her a home boxing gym. I had to drive damn near an hour and a half to get her a little punching bag.
Yeah,
it's probably because of this dude.
It's a lot of people, because when it first hit,
that one guy.
Yeah.
If you tried to go on like Amazon or anything when it first hit, it was all getting bought up. Because people knew. Because I had a friend of mine just told me the other day, man, he bought his stuff. He was like, come through and work out, which I'm going to take him up on, because I can't do this anymore. on the fitness tip. These push-ups and pull-ups ain't doing it. Like, it's just not doing it. Like, it's cool it's a little maintained or whatever, but I need them weights. I'm just watching my body go to trash. Just losing muscle. Just ain't gaining no weight, but I'm just losing muscle. I've actually lost 2 pounds, but I'm sure it's all muscle.
Shut your ass up, man.
Sure it
2
is.
pounds.
Just because you a former fatty don't mean I can't talk about health. Maybe if
2
your ass would have
pounds.
stayed on it early, like I did, you wouldn't be a former fatty.
2 pounds. I lost 2 pounds. See,
Tony
look
Tony
down.
want people to be like, I lost 178 because I got to 4. Don't get to 4. That's my message. Don't
2
get to
pounds,
4.
bro. You lose 2 pounds every night.
I lost 2.
That's about it.
You pee in the morning, you lose 2 pounds.
That is false.
He looked down like it was epic. I lost 2 pounds.
It's probably
Sick
all
of-
muscle.
But yeah, as
Drink
far
your
as
water.
as far as getting through this period, I've talked to friends, family members, and things like we're doing now, Zoom chats, and kind of what we talked about last time has been a little helpful. But people are really feeling it, especially those people who aren't able to work or make any kind of have any financial support besides the little one-time stimulus check that they may have gotten. But besides
mine.
that,
Still ain't got mine.
Nothing.
Got mine.
Still ain't came.
I didn't
Got
get mine
mine.
either. You did?
I didn't get mine.
I did. The lady knocked on my door. She was like, you got a check in the mail? I was like, oh, thank you. I'll go see what that's about.
I got nothing.
They cash my tax check,
check.
though. How are they not going to send me my stimulus check and they cash my tax check?
My tax check is coming too.
You said they cash your tax check.
You
What
want to
mean?
pay
Like-
taxes. They say, I'll
Oh.
take your money, but where's my money?
Oh.
Yeah, I feel that.
it's in the mail.
They always scoop that up. And you know what? They be cashing it fast.
Man.
When I send them my check, I be, God damn, man. They be rapid fire. They be like, man, I just put that in the mail slot yesterday. They cashed it. I was like, all right, bro. Okay. Keep that same energy when you owe something.
Exactly.
That's what I don't like. If you buy something, it hit right away. But every time you want something back, 7 to 10 business days. But you got my money instantly. Instantly. As soon as I made the purchase, I get an email. It's gone.
Yeah.
7 to
time.
10 to get it back. Y'all trash.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting one at this point. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was
Not
getting
too
one.
bad.
But I wasn't like checking for it. It just came. Like when she said it, I was like, oh, cool.
I started out not really tripping, but now it's just like, I want to know why I haven't gotten one. I really just want the answer. You know what I mean? More so than anything. Like, what's the hold up for me personally?
Yeah. I never trip off. Like when we was in the group chat and everybody, they was like, you can go check if you... I'm a big fan of surprise money. I don't like knowing money's coming. Like, so when I get something, I'm like, oh, this is nice. I don't like, because once you start waiting on money, it just becomes stressful and you just start tripping and you start getting upset or whatever. I don't like anything that's really going to affect my mood negatively. I just be like, I let it surprise me. Whether it's turnouts to a show or whatever, I'll just get surprised. I'm not going to sit there and stress over something.
Oh, I'll
That
be
may or may
stressing
not
about
happen.
that.
I'm just
I'll be
like,
stressing about the turnout. I'll be like, shoot, man. Hopefully. I can't help it, but
Dr. Donald.
but it's a great feeling when the show is sold out before the show happens. You be like,
Yeah.
you be like this the whole time. But that uncertainty, whoo, trash. What was you about to say, Mike?
I was going to say that in Los Angeles, and I don't think it's this way for the rest of the country, but in Los Angeles, we have to wear masks now that we leave our house.
Oh, I hate it.
Yep. I know it's something that's, that's hated and it's hard to get used to, but honestly, we need to do it. Everyone needs to do it. And none of this like half-ass like this with the nose exposed, because you could still pass it or get COVID from that. It's the least we can do. And if not for yourself, for other people who are at greater risk of getting this virus, because that's what basically we have to look out for, the people at highest risk, but also ourselves. I mean, we've seen this virus in the past few months attack healthy people of our age, able-bodied individuals, and they're still becoming susceptible. So it's just the uncertainty. Due to the uncertainty, we just have to do the the smallest thing we can possibly think of that every American can possibly do, and that's wear a mask. So
I think the mask is to keep people inside. Because somebody like me, I'm so annoyed by the mask. That's why I don't go out. It's not really because I don't want to put that stupid ass thing on. Like, it is so dumb to me. I'm like, and it's just annoying. What I don't understand is people who wear it inside the car. It's just you in your car. What are you driving with this thing on for? I get it in the stores. I get it when we're around people, whatever. But in the car, it's just you. You scared that your phone gonna catch it, or it's just you. What do you? I be seeing people driving full mask. Like, what? It's just you.
That's true. That's true.
I don't get it. I don't get it in the car. So are you wearing it in the house too?
Nah, not in the house. Just outside. I'm not gonna lie. I did wear it once in the car, but it was for. It was for an Instagram video, but
I went in the car too.
Oh, because you didn't want to.
Because my window be down.
Say something. Instagram.
My window be down when I drive, so I just wear it. I just put it on.
Not too.
And then if I need to talk, I'll slide it down.
Do you open your window in your house?
Yeah.
So why only wear it in the car? Because the window's down.
Because I'm on the second floor. That's what, like when you in a car, you pull up next to another car, it's like somebody right there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody right outside my window breathing air in here.
No one just pops in.
So it's just like
Chris Tucker
I'm out amongst the people. Yeah. I don't think it's dumb. I don't think it's that big of a deal to just put a mask on. It's a precautionary measure on both fronts. So I like people making a big deal about it. I'm like, so what? It's just a little this. That's all it is.
I mean, it's
it's
annoying as hell.
I just hate forgetting it when I leave the house, and I'm just like, crap. I can't go in the store without that mask. So it's like you have to go back to the crib. But I get it. It's a necessary evil.
Yeah. Don't make it any less annoying. A lot of this is still annoying. Like, it doesn't change the annoying, whether it needs to be done or not. It's still annoying as hell, especially mine. Sometimes if you start going up, and I don't want it up there. I just want to, and the air is fresh. It's vitamin D in the sun. I just don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. It makes me stay in the house though, and it makes me run my errands faster, so I can take this stupid shit off.
You have like a tan line around your face.
Why is it stupid though?
I got more respect for bank robbers now that they commit to wearing those things when committing crimes. Anybody who's committed a crime with a mask on, I respect on a high level, because I'd have been like, you know what? Just see my face. It's me. I did it. I did it. Give me your money. Here's my face. I need to breathe this fresh air. I'm sick of it.
His robbery crew will be like, dumb mother. Got the Keon in jail.
I know, right?
I didn't want to wear the mask. I didn't want to wear the mask. It was stupid. But now you're in jail for 40 years. Well, I'm not annoyed. I'm not annoyed in here. I'm doing push-ups. I gained 10 pounds of muscle.
Back.
Fuck these masks.
Done with it.
Like, all right.
That's honestly my only complaint about, obviously, other than not working. That's my only complaint. I don't want to wear. When it was no mask, when it was mask only in the store or no mask at all, I was like, this is easy work. When they put the mandatory mask, I went from straight to this, just straight white woman. I was like, I don't have to do this as an American. Like, I was so upset.
They so mad about the mask. I'm just like, bro. We're not dogs. I'm like, shut the fuck up, bro. I want them to just breathe in. I want them to breathe in the fresh viruses and shut the hell up, man. No mask. Just take a nostril swig of this.
The protesting and stuff is like, hilarious.
Bro, it's so dumb.
I be dying to watch people flip out. Because, like, I'm joking, like, it's annoying, but, like, lighthearted. When I be seeing the people who really be like, we shouldn't have to do this. I'm like, what is wrong with you? And most of the people complaining, the dude that you voted for is part of the reason why we got to do all this. The reason why it's so crappy, there's no structure in this. That's why we don't know. There's zero structure, and it starts from up top. There's no structure. So it's just all over the place. They extend and they don't know what they're doing. He getting up there lying and they just, there's no, it's like when you got a bad coach, your team is going to be trash. It didn't have to be this bad. But when you fire your whole pandemic team and you're a dumbass yourself, this is what it's going to be.
Yep.
This is what it's going to be. And then the main people that's protesting you did this. You're part of the problem. You did this. So put on your goddamn mask. See, I'm complaining because I didn't vote for him. So I don't have to wear this. Every time I take off the mask, this is your fault, Karen. And I put it back on.
Speaking of that, what do you think about the Speaker of the House calling the president morbidly obese this last weekend? Do you think that's appropriate?
He is. He
Yes,
was lying.
it's very appropriate.
It is, especially for somebody like him who don't hold his tongue.
He's
Yes,
fat.
it's appropriate. Yeah,
It's absolutely appropriate. 100%, man.
He should have
Sick
went
of
on his
people
hair, too.
tiptoeing around obesity, man. You out here fat, dog. In your 70s. They should have been on his weight, man. Like, you ain't gonna make it through this with the fatness.
The
I
Speaker
didn't really know
of the
he was
House?
that fat until
Yes,
he
the
became
Speaker of the
president.
House got to speak and keep it real. That's your job. You the Speaker of the House, man. They should be able to keep it real at all times. You fat, Trump. Morbidly so.
Wait,
He
was
fat
his
as
words
hell,
morbidly obese? Because that's funnier.
Nancy Pelosi said that he was morbidly obese and he should not be taking the hydroxychloroquine. Yeah,
Hilarious.
because he's so fat and old.
She be done with him. She don't be paying attention. She be in the back, like when he be talking, she be in the back like she lets it be known, I don't mess with this dude. She don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think
So
it's
why not do a roast session? Why not? It's for him, it's very appropriate. For all the shit that he didn't say it is so appropriate. You could call him whatever you want.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying children are watching.
So
And is this the way we should be having discourse?
yes.
I feel
Donald?
like, man, if you're that overweight in your 70s, it's morbid. It's morbidly obese. Like, and kids need to know that, man. You can't tiptoe around obesity a lot of the times. And everybody went, nah, you don't wanna. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah. I mean, in doctor's offices around the country, I mean, we're an overweight society. And a lot of times when you get that lipid test and the doctor comes in, has that sit down, they'll tell you, here are your numbers. Morbid obesity is actually a medical term. And you'll give it out and you'll say, here, you need to do boom, boom, boom. So, I mean, the fact
She
you
used
did
the
come to the
medical
Speaker of the
term.
House, yeah, I get the pettiness behind it, but
She used correct terminology. She could have called him a fat ass. She said morbidly obese.
morbidly
Now, the
obese.
fat ass, that would be like, hold on, man.
That's the line. That's
But
the line.
morbidly obese,
That's
man.
what
That's
it's
medical
called.
term.
That's medical term. People
She's
trying to
dead
shame
on.
Adele for I don't you know what I don't like, and I love when Tony talks about it because he was a former. People get mad at me for saying stuff, but like the fact that people want you to like it or accept, Adele made a choice for herself to lose weight, and people said she's fat shaming for losing weight. How is her taking better care of herself?
man.
How is her taking better care of herself and deciding I want to do this for me, shitting on fat people? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm sick of it, man.
She's like, I'm making a choice. She didn't say nothing. She just took a picture. And they was like, no, what are you doing? You're making people feel like it's not okay. It's not. I wanted to do this for me.
I hate it.
This is ridiculous.
A lot of
I
people don't
hate
like
it,
to
man.
see change. Like they want Big Adele doing the hits that she had and take it like that. They don't want to see Skinny Adele doing whatever she decides to do.
She ain't
They
even
wanna
got a
do.
chance to do nothing yet.
She took a
let her
picture.
make an
Let her
album
sing.
Skinny first. Let her put out a Skinny album. Then we could be like, oh, I like Big Adele. Like the Luther
Yeah.
Vandross thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? But give her a chance to make a project Skinny. And then we could be like, all right, she sounded
Right.
better when she was thick.
Then you might
know?
have some evidence, for your claim.
Right.
Like,
All she
I
did was
get
take
that.
a picture.
Yeah.
She took
All
a
she was-
picture and they went off.
Out in front of the crib. And they
Yeah.
like, oh my God, now.
Why did you leave us? It's like, yo, I'm
Sick
trying to
of it,
live.
Yeah, she's happier, and she can do
Yeah.
more, play with her kids.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you want anything worse? I'm
she'll
kind of
live longer,
obsessed. Yeah, she'll live longer. I'm obsessed with this British show now called Super Size versus Super Skinny, which would probably be illegal in the United States. But what they do is they take an anorexic person and they take an obese person. They're not necessarily anorexic, but they make them swap diets for a week. And then they go to the fat person and they say, you're so fat, but here's someone fatter. So they have to come to the United States and they find someone fatter. And the fat person is like, I'm so fat. If you don't stop eating, you're going to be as fat as me. And the lady had to change her chamber pot today. And I was like, so that's like kind of scared straight. But I'm like, this is not okay. But it's really entertaining.
I would watch that for the pure hilarity.
That would be
it sounds ridiculous.
But very
The swap
unsafe.
part didn't sound too bad, but once they say we're gonna get somebody fatter than you, then, man, I was whoa.
And the fact that they had to come here to do it just speaks volumes about America. It's like,
this is where you
want
come for the
fatness?
fatness.
I'll take
Right
you
here
to
in
the
America.
fat.
You think you fat out here? Okay.
We fat out here, man. We fat out here.
But I would love to see it just to see somebody be like, don't be like me. Like, just the scared straight of fat.
Super size versus super skinny. It's on YouTube.
I'm gonna check it out.
The super
That's
skinnies don't
crazy.
get enough bashing either. Like, people love to bash the fats. But the skinnies be out here living up. Some of these skinnies is unhealthy as hell to make themselves that skinny. And nobody says anything to them.
That's because visually it's harder to pinpoint. We got to be around you. When you see somebody fat, you automatically assume you eat a lot and you don't exercise. But the skinny people, you got to be like, are you thin because you eat right, or are you? So we gotta hang around and see how they
more
live.
questions.
Yeah.
Is this
But
for a movie role?
That initial visual, we like, nah, you eating fried chicken.
Which is delicious.
They get a tube. Oh, no, they get a tube, and then they say, "This is what you've eaten for the week." And they put all the fat person's food in the tube, and they put like, "This is what you eat for the week." And they put all the skinny person's food in the tube.
In a tube? What
In
you
a
mean?
big tube, a clear tube. They're like, "Here's all from your food diaries. This is what you've eaten this week." And they'll be like, "You've eaten too much," and then like, "You've eaten too little. Now you got to swap." It's really funny.
So they make
That's
them
wild.
eat? Like, how do they make them eat the diet?
The person will prepare the meal they normally eat, and then they'll sit across from the other person and they'll swap. So sometimes the super skinny or the super size has to eat nothing, or like a cup of tea or like a little cracker, and they have to watch the other person eat all their food. And it's hard for them, and this person has to watch while they eat the food. It's
Do people
terrible.
be crying?
It's gotta
Yes.
They gotta be crying like, I just want the french fries. And they gotta
I
be
would
throwing
cry.
tantrums.
I would cry. You just give me tea and a cracker. Oh, I'm crying.
They gotta be
I'm
losing
having-
it.
I'm having a full breakdown on that.
be. It actually might do the opposite. Does that actually work? Because it might just reinforce the behavior and make it worse.
For most people,
It's
it
definitely
works.
not healthy.
Yeah.
It can shock you into being like, "Oh my God, that's what I eat."
That's what those
That
apps
part.
do. Those apps really, when people get on the apps when they want to lose weight, like everybody I've seen who's got on the app been like, I didn't realize how much I was taking in until I had to track it.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
like, yo, I don't need half of this.
Yeah.
I was just eating because it's good or because it's there or because the person, your spouse was eating. A lot of people's spouse eat. That ain't talked about enough eat. A lot of people's spouse eat. They be like, oh, you still eating? Well, I'm going to keep eating.
I'm going to eat too.
Yeah.
Oh, what you doing in here? I'm going to get in on this.
And then the ladies be trying to keep up with their husbands, and it's like, yo, he's bigger than you. Like, you don't have to do it because he's doing it, and your bodies is different. It's not going to go the same as it is with you and whatnot. People do that all the time in relationships. They want to eat, but oh, you didn't finish that? Let me get a piece of that. Oh, let me try.
I'm definitely garbage disposal. I'm a garbage
that's me.
disposal. Oh, that's you?
All day.
Yeah, let me go ahead. All day. And like, and it's funny too, like when I lost all that weight back in the day, I was food journaling. And because, you know, when we do it in our head, we always underestimate the calories we taking in.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I just had a few chips when really you had 3 servings. And so when you actually write it down, you be like, man, that was that? Hey, I'm already halfway through my total intake. So it really helps when you see the numbers in real time.
You don't be thinking, like Tony said, it's not, you don't think it's a big deal. And then you look up, it's like, I only had 5 chips. How was this 120 calories?
That's
It's
one
ridiculous.
serving right there. Yep.
Yeah, rude awakening. Yeah.
Man. But that food journaling definitely helped me back in the day. And then when I would go back up, it's because I was just doing my own math. I would just be like, oh, this is only 100 calories. But in actuality, I took in 700. Well, all right.
Tony's body was in there like, well, it looks like carrot, Tony. They had the green hat on. Well, it looks like like you actually taking in 600 calories.
The old school joint where the paper comes out of the thing.
Why they always wear them green hats? What was that about?
Always.
What are those about? Why were those the tax hats? With the cigarette hanging out the side where it looks like your deductibles. Why is that a thing?
And the paper coming out of the top. I used to be fascinated by the little calculator with the paper at the
It
top.
would just keep
of it,
going
man.
up?
That's some serious math right there. Look at this. Every time.
Now they just put it in machines, man. They can crank customers out.
Right.
So
I couldn't imagine back then, too, if you messed up on somebody's taxes and you had to go all the way back over them.
Oh,
Just get the pull
man.
again, more paper, CVS receipts rolling out everywhere.
Man.
That's why older people don't have much patience with us. They'll hear that back in my day, we didn't even have calculators. We had to do all this by hand. And they did.
yeah.
So
They
you would
did.
think they would have more patience, though, because the stuff is faster.
No, they
Nah.
just jealous of us because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got the. And we be complaining, and they be like, "That's what you complaining about." In my day, that's when that's when you come in with the old.
Yeah. But I
The
mean,
old
being real,
energy.
we at that in my day age right now because there's a lot of stuff that's new. Yeah.
I feel like
Back
our
in my
age is
day,
dope.
McGee.
I was literally, I was literally telling somebody that the other day. Like, we're at an age where we were pre-technology and post.
Yep.
So we saw both. We remembered when the internet first came out, and I was still using a typewriter when I was little. We didn't have a computer.
Dang.
And I remember looking up encyclopedias, and I remember doing that. I would much rather have this. I'm definitely not a hate, man. I would much rather have this. But we got to see both, so I feel like even when it comes to like me and Tony, our jobs, comedy-wise, we can talk about some old school stuff and current because we were in the middle. So we got to see both. Like a lot of the older comments will come off as somebody like, well, you're just complaining and fussing. And then the newer ones can't touch with, the old. But when you're in that middle, you can hit everybody and be like, I feel you, but I feel you too.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd be like, he understands us. Yeah, I like this guy.
It's a sweet spot. 'Cause I can roast the young cats. And then be like, and then the old people be like, man, you old. And then clown them. Be right in that middle. It's beautiful.
I love it.
That's awesome.
So we have some goofy parenting news, naming news, actually. So Elon Musk, who we all know about, had a baby boy with his partner Grimes. They have named the baby
His partner Grimes?
The singer?
the singer Grimes.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, she's Canadian
dope.
singer.
She's
Yeah.
dope.
Oh.
Grimes. Her name
Sound
is
like
gritty,
it
man.
sound like a villain. I was like, Grimes?
Grimes.
Is she fighting Thanos? What's happening? I don't know.
Right. Grimes would like to see you now.
Yeah.
I might not make it out,
That
guys.
sounds like serious business. Grimes needs his money. Oh, I'm telling him
Right.
by Friday, man. You know Grimes don't play.
You the one upset, Grimes.
Yeah, I guess you don't.
What's this baby's name?
It's X, AE, the AE that's together, then A dash 12.
Well,
Okay,
I'm
so
typing
what is
it.
it?
XAEA-12.
So what do
Yeah,
you
so
say? What do you
X
call
space
it?
AE space
Space.
A dash 12. X dash A12.
Yeah, but so people ain't gonna be calling him X-A12. So like,
X.
how does
I'm
what's
sick
his
of
name?
this, man.
What's the baby's name?
That's a goddamn barcode.
Yeah,
It's X
That's a
dash
password.
A12.
That baby's name is a barcode, man.
Yeah,
You can ring that up at the
they be
register.
like, what's the Wi-Fi? X-A12. This baby's a Wi-Fi code.
What's
What?
the point of this? What's the point?
Well, when your mama's name is Grimes, that you had to go up a level.
Well,
You had to be
Grimes
like-
Grimes could be a last name. Is that her last name?
No, it's her stage name.
What's her real name? E14
I think
63
it's like something like
12.
I'm queuing it up.
I know he smokes a lot of weed, so he might have just been high as hell when he named his baby.
Claire Elise Boucher.
Okay, that's a regular name.
So did he say like what his baby's name, like when they call him? They're not saying all that. I know they're not saying all that when they call him. So what do they call him? Or what does it
X.
mean? Or what does it stand for? Or like
Dash.
He just repeats the name over and over.
Man.
The A12 he said was a coding language. I forget what the AX. I think X-AE is a robotics
ridiculous.
term.
Does he plan on homeschooling?
It's Elon Musk.
What teacher wants to do that?
I'm looking at this name on the Wikipedia. You can't even pronounce the AE. It's like a symbol. What? What's the point of this?
Yeah,
I think
don't
it's
get
Latin
it.
or Greek or something. That A
Like,
together.
what if there's a sub that day? The subs already can't do the names. That sub is going to hang themselves mid-class trying to say that. Is there a... I'm sick of this.
The math teacher's going to love it, though.
Oh.
Okay.
I get it.
Speaking of your name, the formula for the day.
All right.
But we didn't. I mean, to be fair, we didn't do this when Prince changed his name to a symbol. So,
but he was an art. Like he wasn't. It was art. He did get roasted though. He did get roasted, by the way.
But he did that for a reason. he was having beefs with the label. He was doing with the record label, so he did that for a reason.
Oh, okay.
They wouldn't let him use it.
Yeah, so it was just like, all right. So I'm gonna just change my name then, because he was seriously beefing with Warner Brothers Records. So that was more like a protest, if you will.
Yeah, and he's a musician, you know what I mean? This is just... And then what's messed up, the kid has no say-so in this. So I got to go through my whole life being called expagees. And I didn't ask for this.
No one has a say in their name.
I know I'm rich, and, I know I'm never going to want for anything. And, Dad, are you listening to me? You high right now. Dad, I didn't want this name.
It could be Elon's first lesson to his kid, nonconformity.
Like, Elon is actually a dope name.
Yeah.
Oh, Elon, that's a dope name, man. Elon Musk? Yes. But like this, I'm curious to see if this child changes their name in the future.
Instantly.
Well, do you think, is that child abuse? If you name your kid something like that guy that named his kid Hitler and Himmler? Do you remember that?
Wait, what happened?
This white supremacist named their kid Hitler and Himmler, and they're like, we're not putting this on a cake. The Stop and Shop or whatever was like, we're not putting this on a cake. And they're like, we're taking your kid. You can't have a stupid name like this for your kid.
Yeah.
That name could be abusive because we know what's attached to it. But this is just silly.
This is just dumb. It's not abusive, but it's stupid.
They don't think he's going to get beat up like a boy named Sue. He did this on purpose to get this boy beaten up every day so he learned how to fight.
Nah. He gonna get roasted. But then again, the type of schools he's probably gonna be going to, everybody in there. He gonna get roasted, but he ain't gonna be going to. Let's just be honest, he ain't going to school with a bunch of black kids, so he'll be fine.
But I mean, you make a good point, Maya, because I've been talking to my wife too. Because my last name's Brown, so I have to be careful about the first names that I give my son or daughter. Because there's a lot of infamous people like James Brown, Chris Brown, something like that that could lead to potentially having to fight.
Did you see
stuff like that? So.
I saw a meme after the Jordan documentary, and I didn't know that Steve Kerr's son is named Nick.
Oh. Wow.
Everybody's like, why would you name your son Nick?
It's because of Michael.
That's what people said. They said the day Jordan socked him, he was like, okay.
Yo. That's funny.
So his son's name is Nick.
Wow.
Wow. Never knew that.
I didn't know to the document. I want to see. I want to dive into that. That's what I want to see. I want to see this nigger name. That's what I want to see. So, Steve, why did you name your son? Can I say it? Nick Kerr. Hard K, hard ER. Dude, that's what somebody said. I saw that online. They was like, did he name it with the hard ER? I was like, that's hilarious.
Man, dog. That's wild.
Dr. Donald, do you see names actually affecting people later in life?
Personally, not really. But I have heard stories of people with very unique names that really haven't panned out as far as getting really far in society. Like names like Hennessy and just random stuff like that. And they just so happen to be in different environments than, a lot of other people, like jail, stuff like that. But there is no direct correlation with the name and that. It's all about resiliency. It's all about how you react to it, if you embrace it, or if it's something you go away from. So it's a lot of different routes you can go with. But you're really not doing a lot of help in the beginning when you name your kid a certain name. In my
You know
opinion.
what? I just remembered this. I went to college with a girl who named her kids Sexy and Notorious. Those were the names of her kids. So I'm wondering, like, how those kids are doing now, because they have to be like.
One's a stripper and one's in jail, obviously.
My son's age now, and Sexy and Notorious, both boys, and just that's their name. So I wonder, they're both boys. Yeah, Sexy and Notorious. So I wonder.
Okay, I still stand by what I said. One's a stripper and one's in jail. I still stand by it.
Notorious is the stripper, though. Notorious is the stripper. I wonder how they're doing now. I'm gonna see if I can find, just to see.
What was
I wonder what life was like for
her
them growing up.
reasoning? What was her thought process behind it?
I never even asked. I was just like, okay. And I saw her sister when I did the show in Denver last year. Her sister came to the show. I should have asked then, like, how your niece's nephew doing? I mean, your nephew's doing, but I wasn't even thinking about that until now. I'm just like, yo, the names.
And what if Sexy was grew up like busted? And Notorious was soft.
Yeah.
And now your names don't even match. They
But I
say
mean,
you far from sexy.
You could be
just
ugly
setting up
and
for the
sexy,
road.
though.
That's facts.
Yeah. But it's like, where do you draw the line? Is it just because you're a successful person already and you can have the ability to name your kid unique, like Blue Ivy or Sir Carter or
Even
like,
Blue
what do you
Ivy
do
is
that?
not.
Blue
That's
Ivy's
not
not
a
that
crazy
bad.
name to me.
Like when I first
I
heard it, I was
like
like,
it.
and then I was like, you know what? It's not that bad.
Yeah, Blue Ivy flows well, and Ivy is a quality name. of
Even
course. And
Kanye,
Blue
like
is just-
Northwest, that's kind of dope.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it, but
it took a while
I'm
for
not
North
mad
to
at it.
grow on me, but I like it now. It took a while for
Like
it.
North for like a name is pretty dope. What really makes it like, because of the last name is West, so it's like, all right, directions. But if he was like North James or North Montgomery, you'd be like,
I don't know if I'd like it then. North Montgomery.
North
I wouldn't like it.
North Williams,
Yeah, I wouldn't like it.
North St. James.
Maybe the last name does matter.
Yeah.
If y'all had to be
plays
named
a part.
after direction, north, east, west, or south, which one y'all going with?
I'm going with West.
North.
West is dope. I'm going West. I'm going
I'm
West.
going
too.
West.
So it'd
You
be
can
West
shorten it to West
Brown,
and make it kind of
West Polee. And you going with North, Maya?
I'm going with North.
What's your last name, Maya?
Osborne right now.
North Osborne. That actually kind of
North
fits.
Osborne. That flows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope.
I would probably go with East.
East Baker.
East Baker,
East
yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably
That
go
works.
with East. South would probably be my last pick.
Oh,
South would definitely be my last.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not even
South
option.
just don't.
I don't want
No
it.
disrespect to the South. No
Yeah.
disrespect to the South. But
Absolutely not.
for the name, that's the last
Nah,
of
it's the worst.
it. Sigh.
Yeah, interesting though.
Mm-hmm.
So, fortunately, the state of California does not allow numbers, so they might just kick that name back and be like, try again.
Oh, the license
Oh,
plate
I didn't know
name?
Yeah, they say it's got to be letters, so it might just be invalid.
Okay.
He was just
Elon
doing too
Musk
much
lives in
'cause he was
California?
high.
Yeah, you remember that big hoopla they had? He has a Tesla factories in California, and they said you can't open, and he said, I'm moving the factory, and they said you can open.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what his house looks like. It's probably dope.
Probably like a shape, a random
It's
shape.
ridiculous.
He bought Gene Wilder's house.
He bought Gene Wilder's house?
That was one of his houses, is Gene Wilder's house.
I picture his house. Did y'all all see The Invisible Man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I picture
that?
his house looking like that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see
Yeah.
that.
That house was dope.
Yeah, man. That was,
That house was so dope.
man.
I'd be looking at houses like that and I'd be like, well, do I even like the houses that be like in Westworld? I'd be like, do I want this?
Man.
Because I'm a fan of like the windows, but at the same time, I'm like, Do I
Everybody
want?
looking in.
Well, I
Everybody
mean, you
dropping
can,
by.
you know, you got the shades and they got the tinted, whatever. They can do stuff, but
I often
I'm a
wonder
big
that,
fan
like,
of modern homes, though. Like some people like the Victorian or they like old school. I love modern homes. I just think it's so dope. Like they just look dope visually. Like I understand
I
the
like
whole
some of them.
historical content and all that, but modern, I think it's dope.
Yeah, I go back and forth between like an old school joint because some houses look completely outdated. Where you like, oh, I could tell they built this in the '60s,
Yeah.
and then you got some that's like, yo, this is the dope feel right here. And then some of the modern joints look plain, but then some of them look super dope, and I just be like, yeah. And I'm obsessed with houses now, man. I want
Me
one
too.
so bad.
Yeah,
Every
we're
time I
outside
go
right
on
now.
these walks, I just be like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The housing
whole
thing
time.
for me started like a couple years ago. I just got real into it. Like everything. Like not just the outside, the interior. Like how I want stuff
Yeah.
decked. I never cared about that stuff before. And now I'm like, I would love to have this
Yes.
thing with the open kind of, it might be HGTV, it might get them older, I don't know, but I'll be really into it. I can't wait to have my dream home built, designed, and really be in there. Like, all right, we want to put this here, and like I'm into it. I don't know why.
I can't wait.
That'd be dope. Definitely.
And I think part of the reason, one, older and having kids, but I think part of the reason for me is because we spend so much time on the road. I want to come home to something that I really love, like that I really be like, yeah, this is mine.
Yep. I can't wait, man. That's all I be thinking about. I be like, when I go to bed, I be like, I'm hungry. A house. And then I go to sleep. That's it.
Yeah, the market might, really favor home buyers, especially like in a few months. So be on the lookout.
It ain't gonna help me. Man. I'm here for a while.
I'm gonna try to slide in. Try to stack chips and slide in on a little something, man.
No,
We'll see.
definitely.
We have some questions from the audience. Do you want to hear them?
Let's
Yeah,
get it,
Let's do
man.
it.
Okay, Michael Tunsil asks, what about your kids' graduation? My son graduates at the end of this month, and it's the traditional graduation. You think it's worth the risk? I think he means, should he have some sort of party, and should he go to the ceremony?
Oh, they still having the ceremony?
Where's this?
He didn't say where he's from, but he said it's a traditional graduation, so I'm assuming that means they're having a ceremony, a walk.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people, when their kid graduates, they like to throw him a party.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think he should do for his son's graduation?
I'm going to be honest. I mean, graduation's a great event, and some people appreciate it more than others, but I wouldn't go. I wouldn't. As long as they're not adhering to the 6 feet distance and everyone masked up, which we know there won't be, I wouldn't go. To me, it's not worth it. And these drive-by graduations and all the things that they're doing, it's not the best, but it can kind of have the same effect. So I would resort to that just for safety. Or just at least postponing a year, maybe the school throwing another graduation ceremony for all the people who didn't get to go last year, whatever. But for safety's sake, I wouldn't risk it.
I would ask the kids, I guess, because I feel like graduations is, I mean, I'm speaking for me personally and some people I was with, we didn't care like that. It was for the parents.
Yeah, definitely.
We didn't really care. I was like, okay, I got my name. I said, what up? Like, I was happy. I was already happy that I was getting out of high school. But the actual ceremony, I was like, I was forced to go to my college graduation. I didn't want to go to that. They made me go. My mom and dad and my grandma made, because they wanted to see it. I was just like, I always felt like high school and even college, and I know by the numbers it's not, but I always felt like it was just something you were supposed to do. So I didn't look at it as like a crazy accomplishment because I was just raised that this is just normal. So
college is just a hell of an accomplishment, man.
I know it's not normal.
Man.
I know it's not normal, but as a kid, I just always knew I'm going to go to school. I'm going to play ball at some college. I'm going to lead at college. So like for me, it was just like, yeah, this is what I said I was going to do. This is the plan. This is, whatever. I just felt like it was something that is you supposed to do. And then I looked at the numbers of college graduates stuff. I was like, oh, okay, I get why they care
man.
so
That's
much.
a hell of an accomplishment. I didn't graduate college. I wish, but
More black males in jail than college. So being a black male.
Yeah, I just figured it was normal.
But I will say this. On my high school graduation, if I didn't have the ceremony, I could care less. They could have slid my diploma on my desk Friday. I'd been like, whoo, summertime, man. Put on that Mobb Deep album. And that's me. But, because the whole ceremony is mad long, man.
So
you got to go
long.
through everybody.
And you
got to
didn't
sit through
care.
everybody.
Yep.
And my graduating class had over 800 kids.
Come on, man. My last name was B. I went up early. I'm just sitting. There was no anticipation. I'm done.
Were y'all at
And this
schools
before-
when they said you couldn't clap? Like you had to hold your applause?
They said
I think they let us clap. I think they let us clap.
That's
But they
newer.
didn't do the like my son's graduation, they were mixing and matching the alphabetical. They would go A, Z, and then they would meet in the middle towards the end. But when I graduated, it was strictly alphabetical. So I was done early, and now I'm just sitting.
a lot of the no applause and name, all that stuff is newer. They make graduations faster. Like all that stuff. And like I remember in ours, they were just like, keep it down, let's get through it. But people was throwing tortillas. People had snuck beach
People
balls.
ain't listening to that.
No, they snuck beach balls under their gown, so they blew them up while they was reading names. So there would be a beach ball going around, and the parents was cheering it on, but the teachers was trying to catch it. So when they would catch it, they would boo, and then another beach ball would come out of nowhere. Our graduation was kind of lit, but again, it was for the parents. Like they was like, and we was just acting a fool because people was cheering us on to act a fool.
Yeah.
Parents don't want to hear that rule.
No,
Like, please hold your applause. They be like, we applauding this. We didn't think he was gonna make it. You know what I mean?
And then it was like, don't run out. People was running onto the field, parents hugging, blah blah. They didn't
Nice try, guys,
Yeah.
but come on, man.
Which I feel you should do your own thing. I really don't think big graduation's needed. Even a drop out of school, something where all the teachers are outside. I know I saw a video recently where that happened, and that was pretty cool. But yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell nobody. I guess it depends on how much you care.
Yeah.
Like, what if you're the first person in your family to graduate?
Exactly.
That's the
I'm
epic
pulling
right
up.
there.
That's huge. Yeah.
I'm pulling
That
up.
means something. Yeah.
So,
Ceremonies are usually boring to me. That goes to weddings, funerals, graduations. I'll be lying.
right. Let's just get to the after that. That's what I care about. But
The afters be
everything he
lit.
said, I'm like, let's hurry up and get to the party part. Let's get to that part. I'm
The
glad everybody's
afters be
here. The afters be fire. Even when I talk to people about weddings, I put a poll out and it was like 90% said they wish they didn't spend money on a wedding and just had a dope after party and then put that money towards a honeymoon or a down payment on a house.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the big wedding, like 90% of people was like, it was a waste of money.
It is.
Well, what is the point of this?
A huge, expensive wedding. Why?
Why? Just to look at me for a
one
second
day.
and then why?
For one day.
Dr. Donald, your wedding was wonderful.
Oh, big
I
wedding.
really
It was very
enjoyed
nice.
it.
But,
He was just taking the laugh like,
He was taking the disrespect.
Mine was there. No, but,
One day. How much was your wedding?
about 40, 50 stacks. Hurt. I know. And y'all gonna be even. What's even worse is I wanted the big wedding. My wife wanted the down payment. I know.
She's so cool. I'm glad you chose her.
I know she's awesome.
so you the extra one?
I was a
Man.
little bit.
50,000 on a house. Y'all could have been like, man, slapped it on the desk.
We saving, we almost there. We almost there now.
You could be there already.
You could be there right now.
Whatever room
Life
you in
happens
right
sometimes.
now.
Life happens sometimes.
You could have the house. You could have the house off Invisible Man right now.
Right now for that 50
Oh,
grand.
don't tell
man.
me that. Don't tell me that. I could have the Invisible Man house for it.
Man.
So you wanted a big wedding. That's usually...
I wanted the big
You're like
wedding.
my brother. Or do you celebrate big? Like, how was your graduation? Did you care a lot?
Nah, I didn't really care. Like,
Because
that's
you
the
come
thing.
from a family of scholars. So you was just like, education is just what we do.
Yeah, but also...
So why'd you care about the wedding like that?
Yeah. I just wanted... Because like birthdays and everything, like my birthday's coming up, I really don't even want to celebrate it. That's always been my personality.
Because you
like,
broke.
Because
You spent it all.
No, but like one day I just wanted to do like, hey, this one thing in my life, let me do this. It's the most important day.
The one splurge.
Let's do it, yeah. But
So
besides that, yeah, I'm normally
chilling.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Normally.
Mm-hmm.
But I just had to do it. I know. Horrible decision. Horrible decision.
So what about when you have kids and they like, I want the huge wedding, Dad, on you?
I might, I'm gonna try to talk them out of it, but being my kids, I'm gonna support. I ain't gonna do full support.
But Dad, you had the big wedding. How about what you had?
They gonna be looking at them pictures and the video, and I hope you got epic film level video of this wedding. This better be.
We lost the film.
Oh my!
No, I'm joking.
God.
No, we got it.
Oh, all right.
I was saying that's what I was saying to my kids. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. I got started to freak out for a sec.
Man.
So what is that? Why does it cost? Is it the venue costing that much?
So we did it in Vegas.
Like,
we did a half destination, half regular wedding. So we had it like at a golf course on the strip. Full service, everything, open bar. I wanted open bar.
Oh, okay. I take everything I said.
So it's mostly open
back.
bar.
I
So.
take
Open
everything
bar,
I said back. If you got open bar, spend as much as you want. You're a great man. You are a great man. You deserve to be celebrated, brother. And you are fantastic.
Open bar is epic. And then you
bar.
gotta pay for all the tuxes and the dresses and all that for the yeah.
So we paid for that, and then we had.
So you covered the groomsmen and the bridesmaids too.
Groomsmen, no, that's the only thing they paid for. But as far as getting to Vegas, their rooms and the tuxes, we paid. They had to pay, but besides that, everything else, we took care of it.
So they paid for their own rooms.
Before, all that at a club, so we set that up, tables and all that, bottles. So we did all that.
All right.
So
you spending looking out for other people.
Look out for other people.
All right.
It wasn't for me. It was basically for our family and just a big thank you for everyone.
I take back 93% of what I said.
But that down payment would be nice, especially
that down payment.
Man,
she in another room. I don't want her to hear me say that, but yeah.
You were like, I told you we should have
Right.
put it down. I want her to come in here right now.
Aaron,
I told
baby.
you.
swinging.
Come here.
I want to see her face when we say.
Please.
I want to see her roll her eyes.
Yeah.
Give me one
Man.
second. Let me get her. 1 second.
Go get her.
She gonna be pissed.
She looked great too. They both look great.
But you a wedding goer, like y'all just be going to weddings, man.
Y'all
go
going to
so
mad
many
weddings last year. How many did y'all go to in the last year?
Last year was 4.
Hello.
Hey.
Yo.
Hey.
Hey,
Miss
Dr. Aaron.
Brown,
Hello.
Dr. Aaron, Dr. Brown as well.
Well, actually, I'm Mrs. Brown, but Dr. Jones.
Oh,
Dr. Jones.
all right.
So for the wedding costs, you would have preferred to put that down on the house.
Yes.
Yes.
In every relationship, as you know, there is someone who spends all the money and someone who watches the money.
Not all the money. Not all the money.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we would go out to like a venue and they would be like looking at me like, oh, don't you want this? You're going to have a lovely bridal suite. And Donald would be like, yeah, I'm going to have this bridal suite for me and the fellas.
And you were just rolling your eyes
And
the
you
whole
was
time?
like, nah,
I
the
had
price.
my clipboard like, what's the price? What is included? When can we have to leave this place?
Yes.
You know what I mean? We're
We gotta
buying a
have you
house.
on next time. You're officially better than Donald to me right now.
I'm
From
not
here
going to
on
tell him you
out.
said that in any way.
Wait, what is that?
I'm not. He doesn't.
What did
Can't
it say?
hear.
What is it?
We said we having her on from now on. She's better than
Yeah,
you.
man,
She's
you out, bro.
She's better than
You out.
You
No,
out.
She on our page.
That would have been me clipboarded up. Like, how much is that?
Man.
No.
You gotta watch him. You know what I'm saying? We're going to house shopping now. And he'll be like, oh man, this is great, screaming. And the realtor who's going to sell us the house is right around the corner. I was like, we can't even get a good deal anymore because you love the closet.
He was like, the closet right here, it's a walk-in. That realtor's like,
Exactly. That is exactly it. We had to turn down houses because the closets were too small.
man.
Well, where else is he going to put his wedding dress? He got to keep the wedding that he had.
Yo.
He didn't tell you he had a custom-made purple suit.
Oh, no, he left that out conveniently.
Custom made?
I had a dress off the rack tailored. He had a custom suit. He had to select which shade of purple to create this.
Wow.
Truth is coming out.
Yo, he doing it big out here.
Doing it big. I thought you guys were going to talk about serious topics on this show.
This is serious business right here.
Listen, when it comes to
business.
when it comes to spending money, me and Tony are very serious.
Man, it's deadly serious up in here.
You
Wow.
looked, for an off the rack dress, that looked amazing.
Thank
You said you got it tailored.
That's the beauty of it, man. You don't have to get everything extravagantly tailored out here to look amazing.
You had your
Yeah.
hair curly, right?
I had it curly. I had this like intense desire to only have real things on my body the whole time. So I wouldn't have like fake nails or hair or lashes. But that was like, I don't know why I was in that space.
When
great
Donald
space
gets
to
back
be
on,
in.
I'm just going to start booing. You are dope.
Yo.
That is
Man.
sweet.
He's going to get
Wow.
a headset on and be like, boom.
No. He wants to get back on in the hot seat.
Well,
He's
thank
been
you for
looking forward to
sharing
Thank
this.
you
all
for
bro.
joining.
Oh,
Dr.
anytime.
Jones, Mrs. Brown.
Thanks, baby.
We're going to have to have you on one day as well.
Yeah.
One day, it'd be my honor.
Mm-hmm.
Hang out with you guys.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Miss Maya.
Anytime. We're going to take you up
Yeah.
on that.
Listen,
Yeah.
Maya was ahead of the curve on this whole COVID awareness situation.
That's because Maya is a conspiracy theorist.
Sometimes
Maya was
conspiracies are
prepped.
true.
That's true. Just because you're paranoid does not mean you're wrong.
That's facts. That's facts.
Facts.
That's fair.
Facts.
That's very fair.
Thank you, Erin.
Good job, baby.
Thank you, Aaron. Man, get back up in
Hey,
here,
real
man.
quick,
Get
the
sit
purple.
down.
Wait, real quick. Just some
Sit
clarifying
down.
statements. Some clarifying statements. I'm a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, so the purple suit had a purpose. So I just had to make that.
You could have got the purple suit off the rack, though.
It's not the same. It had to be the.
They got
exact
purple
shade.
suits
How
off the.
about your hair?
And Omegas are known for being notoriously bummy looking.
You know,
no.
Oh.
Omegas be looking
That was a
raggedy.
stereotype. That
The
is a
big
stereotype.
purple shirt with
That's
some
true.
like army fatigues.
Yeah, the gold
Just
boots. They
raggedy.
be like, man, we don't care about the
We're
outfits.
men of
We
class.
dogs.
We're men of class.
Y'all got the
About your hair
dopest.
appointment?
Y'all got the dopest thing though.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm not in any frats, but y'all
All
got the
day.
dopest.
All day.
That
oh,
is
is he
dope.
cute too?
all day. Nah.
No, I just know. I just keep up with black people. I just know what we're doing.
I just don't.
But I did not join.
The Omegas. Yeah. I'm a Sigma.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I wanted to do the frat thing, but sports, I just felt like no. And then when I heard what people was doing, because a lot of my friends went to black colleges,
Mhm.
and when I heard what was going on during the, I was like, oh no, I'll get in the fight. I'm good. I got too
That was
much
my
pride.
mentality going in. I was like, I'm squaring up. But then I was able to. I had one moment where they pushed me to the limit, and I was like, you got to go outside and be talked off the ledge of stealing on somebody. But they purposely do that. They take you to the breaking point.
Ready for life. Yep.
They purposely do it.
And
Yeah.
it would have been hard for me to take that from somebody my age. That would have been the hard. Like I've been cussed out by coaches my whole life, my dad, you know, whatever. But somebody, I'm like, you, Clarence, you 2 years older than me, big brother, can't take shit. I would have been losing it.
Yep.
I would have been losing
tough.
it.
Yeah.
That middle space, yep. I was like, cause I just swore up and down. I was like, man, I ain't built for that. Nope.
What made you do it?
My closest boys were Sigmas, and I was just hanging out with them all the time. And I was just like, we were doing the community service stuff, and like, you know, I just saw like the brotherhood that could happen, you know, long distance, and like, you know, catch some other. I was like, man, I like this. I like this whole vibe. And they were already my bros anyway, so I was just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? And so I finally decided to do it. And it was dope. It was a dope experience.
Yeah.
I honestly think if I didn't play sports, I would have did it 100% for sure. Yeah. Like, I just felt like with the brotherhood, I had that already. Mm-hmm. And then when it came to like the cool stuff of it, I was like, well, I can go to parties and stuff, so I don't need to, you know. And I think if I would have went to a black school, a black college, I probably would have did it for sure.
Oh, you probably would have for sure.
Yeah.
You would have for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I see Keon being a Kappa.
Oh yeah.
People say that one, or what's the black and gold one?
Alpha.
They say one of those two.
I see a Kappa and Keon. Yeah.
They be like, he would have been one of those two. You know what's funny? I went to when I was at a junior college. I went to the Circle City Classic. And cool. And the Kappas came through a party doing that shit and ruined the party. Because I was dancing on this girl and everybody, and I was like, I will never in my life. I hated them from then on. Because I was orange. And they came through with the straw and they was like, we gotta wait. And I was like, why? And I was done with the Kappas that day. I was done. So I probably would have been an alpha just based on that party because they came through with the shimmy and the cane. I was like, oh, you got your canes and your shimmy, huh?
That's mad
I
funny,
was pissed. She was bad. We had to bring it up. You know, you can't get your rhythm back right when it's gotten broken up.
Yeah. It's a delicate synergy.
It was a spot, and I was in her ear, and they came through stepping. I wanted to kick them canes so bad. I was like, I hate everyone in here. I still got beef with the Kappas for that.
That's funny.
Man. That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. All right, well, we passed due. It's hour 16. This has been great, man. We're gonna have to have you on. We're gonna have your wife on. We're gonna have your wife on. You're done. You're out.
Yeah.
You're out.
All right, it's cool. I get it. I get it. She's a lot better.
We can't afford you, man.
It's cool. You know.
No, but for real though, man. Thanks for coming back, man. We're going to have you
appreciate
back
it,
on.
Thank you for having me, and as always, thank y'all for just doing what y'all do, entertaining us, and just I hope health and safety for you and y'all, and just thank you for this opportunity again.
Thanks, man. Health is wealth.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you, Maya, for gathering all the information, intel, and questions as usual.
Of course.
I got nothing new to report on my end. My battery's getting low on my laptop, though. So, Tony Baker Comedy on everything.
Yeah, Keon Polee on everything. My shirts will be out. This right here will be out
nice
soon. If you don't get it, I just put the bit out of why this is a thing. So check that out. And other than that, that's it. Same old, same old.
Nice,
yes,
nice.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Bye.
We out here.
Y'all take care. Be safe.
All right, you too, bro. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Dr. Jones.